In the beginning of this course, we were given an orientation, and this was really good to let people see what all we were going to be doing throughout the course. And one thing that I thought was really cool about is even the recorded webinar, you could move through the chat, and there were places that had where you could upload files, and you could actually do that even on the recorded webinar. Here is a file share, and this is a recording, but see how you can just click on it and download the files. So if you ever forget where you put this stuff, you can go back to the webinar and just download it again. Yeah, the downloading of files is a wow moment. And one of the challenges, oh my goodness, I was working on my course and I don't even know what I did, and I totally lost my home page. I don't know if I changed my home layout or what I did, but that was something that really messed me up. Is I changed my home page, I lost all kinds of information. On my home page, something that I have learned to do, let me find it on here, is to put information on the front page. Make sure that you do that. Your home page, you should have your information on there. Okay, let's get into course development. The first week we were asked to do introduction, and we went to discussions. This is actually in my course, and I had another wow moment about how important these introductions, that webinar, the building community, how important that is to a course, because you really get to know each other and then you start to help each other, and it really makes a difference in how much knowledge is shared and gained in the course. Just by the beginning of the course, making sure you introduce yourself. So that was something, important to learn. Make sure to always include that. Next thing we were asked to do was to make modules. Now, in former courses that I've had, I named the modules as Chapter 1, Chapter 2, or Unit 1, Unit 2, things like that. I learned that you have to put what the uh, subject is that you'll be covering, and now I really realize how important that is, because we're going to be changing books this semester, and so having things in like integers, introduction, integers, solving equations, that's a very important thing to do. Okay, these modules, we were supposed to put assignments in here, and I had already had some introduction assignments in my course before, and so I built onto my solving equations unit in this class. And something we all learned was how we can move these around, put them where we, rearrange them if we didn't have them where we wanted them. So there was our modules. They're all set up. We had to, there's ways to manage it. You can add assignments, add content, or if you edit or delete, that is just doing the heading here. So we added content. That was when we added an assignment, which would have been about the second week. So what I did is I added an assignment. I have a handout here, a PowerPoint, and the assignment here, solving equations using the addition principle. Here's the assignment, and I don't like the teacher's view of it for making recordings, but here's the instructions for it. We have the handout and the PowerPoint, which, as you saw earlier, they came before this on the modules. And the handout, when you click on it, it actually has where you can download it in color or black and white. If you're colorblind and you need black and white. And the next module after that was the PowerPoint, which the assignment tells you to read. And this is the explanation of how to do the assignment. And back to the assignment, it says to download the handout, to read the PowerPoint, and do the work in my math lab, which actually also has some really good instructions if you get lost. There's a good example, things like that. I put bullets on this to remind people what all they needed to do, and I also have a little quiz to check their knowledge here. The rubric on this, let me get down to it here. Part of the credits, the points for this assignment, most of the points are their homework, getting that done, making sure they know their work, and part of it was the quiz. And I don't know why I put description and criterion. I should have actually labeled that quiz, because this is a default right here. So the previous was solving equations, and this goes on to the next module. So that was another way to move through the module. And the next thing we did was we created a discussion and a chat. Okay, and the discussion that I generated, the previous knowledge and questions discussion, I tried to figure out a discussion that could be used throughout the course, because in the readings it said not to just have a discussion every once in a while. If you have a discussion, you should have it as a continuous thing throughout the course, so the students are used to using it. So I thought this would be something that would carry on throughout the course. And that way I could have about the same kind of questions on every one of them. You have to excuse the train. I live next to the train track, so I have to pause it. I tried to come up with questions that would be able to carry on into any unit, like what's your previous knowledge of the unit? What do you expect to learn from this unit? What parts are you apprehensive about? And do you feel that you learned what you need from the previous unit, like previous knowledge for this unit? Is there something that you're still confused about from this previous unit, and what specifically is confusing you? What would have made the previous unit more understandable? I can't read tonight. Did the discussion board or your study buddy help you get through the previous unit? And did you find outside resources? And I know this is too many questions to answer. What I did is they should answer at least 3 questions. So, and also something else from the reading, it says that you have them post earlier in the week, so others to respond. That way the posts come in earlier, and then to reply, have a later date for the replies. And this helps to have people have something to reply to. This was the discussion, and I had a chat also. In the assignment, I put a study buddy chat availability. Somebody you could chat with and get a hold of when you're doing homework. And here's the directions on that. Using the chat box, chat and tell others what time you normally do homework, then to chat into the inbox, contact another student to be a study buddy, and after you find someone to let me know who it is. And I made this extra credit so you didn't have to do it. It's just a thing that would help you, and also during the discussion you could tell if it actually did help you. I put the points worth 0, but I said that it would be worth like 10 points extra credit. So in the rubric it would show that they did it, Oh, the rubric. This is making a rubric. Sorry, I don't have a rubric for it. I just put in the grade book that it was worth 0 points. So we'll go to the grade book and we'll look at that. Okay, here we're in the grade book, and we're going to scroll over to where it shows the chat availability. It says out of 0, but if you put the 10 points, then it will actually show up as 10 points towards your total points. And in the test student, I actually put different assignments. We could put another one in here. Setting up your homework tool, we could put another 100 points in there. And we did okay. Yeah, my number lock wasn't on. Okay, we'll go over and see how this has affected the grade. It's still 100% because I didn't add it to something that was an assignment. Those were introductory things. So if I have another assignment in here that I added to, then actually I don't have any other assignments. But let's see how this will affect it when we put 799 in there. Okay, so it didn't affect it because that was actually a test I put that into. But oh, it has 105. That's because I have two 100s and a 10, so it averaged it in. So there was two assignments that I had 100 on. This was an assignment here. So if I took that off and I go over, it's going to show 100 to 10 as my percent because that's all I've done. Okay, so that was something that I learned for sure how to do, was extra credit assignments. That was one of my challenges to make sure I could do that. Another thing that was a wow moment is learning how to put notes, how to put something in here that you could type something in other than numbers. So the notes category, that was one of the wow moments. How you come over here and you can, well, it's in there now. Right now we can hide the notes column, but how we got it there is we came over here and we said to show a notes column. And that was pretty much most of my challenges. Since my course was already set up, I didn't have the challenge of having to start a new course now. But I did learn many new things, and also one of the new things I learned, Susie had sent me some files a while back, and I didn't know how to save file. I'm like, wow, I didn't know you could send a file in Skype. So that was something that she showed me, and it was really cool. I was like, wow, you can go in the conversation and you can send messages, files, different things like that. So I didn't know you could send a file, and hopefully if you watch mine, you know now you can send a file through Skype. And I really enjoyed learning in this class and enjoyed learning, sharing with you and learning from you. And I hope everybody has a good web conferencing for the rest of the course. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.